Hey, Song and Sword family, it's Friday. It's my day off. Just a few minutes, I'm going to go get a cinnamon roll. What are you guys doing today? You're working, wrapping up the school week. I'm so excited to say that there have been just an increase in people that have subscribed to this Song and Sword channel and the number of people who are watching daily as we go through this study called Destinations. I know that I'm reminding you of something you already know, but I want to remind you to keep going. I'm so blessed that we're in this every day, and I'm thankful for you. By the way, I've got summer clothes on again. It's getting hot here in Central Illinois, so maybe one more flash of summer, I can live through it. But man, I'm ready for some cooler weather, and then of course the cold and the snow. But we'll argue about that later. I want to wish a happy birthday to Bruce Pedigo. A happy birthday, Bruce. You guys have just been such a blessing to us, and we're so glad that you guys are a part of the Song and Sword team. So happy birthday, Bruce. And a happy birthday to Charles Barkelis, Chuck, as we call him. But so thankful for you from the very beginning, Charles. You've been with us and supported us, and really a major part of the Song and Sword family. So blessings on both of you guys as you have a happy birthday today. I don't know how old you are, but doesn't matter at our age, does it? So hope you guys are doing well. Text prayer to that number on the screen. We want to pray with you and for you. And that's something we do every day, part of our ministry we're lifting up. In fact, our prayer team is going to be front and center at the end of the sermon this Sunday for people that need prayer. So pretty excited about that. Today, as you know, is a day where I set the sermon aside, and it's resting, it's cooking, it's rising, it's getting ready to be fully baked. And so I don't know why I'm using all these cooking analogies today. But I want to go to 1 John chapter 3. And a reminder of where we're supposed to focus this hearing the cry. You know, we've been this whole week talking about hear the cry of those around us. Well, it gets very intimate and very personal. We come to 1 John chapter 3. I'm going to start with verse 16. In your books it's 17 and 18, but I'm going to start with 16 because it's very important. This is how we have come to know love. He laid down his life for us. We should also lay down our lives for our brothers and sisters. If anyone has this world's goods and sees a fellow believer in need, but withholds compassion from him, how does God's love reside in him? Little children, let us not love in word or in speech, but in action and in truth. I love this little phrase that the Apostle John uses in the end of his ministry life when he's writing 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, somewhere in the 90s AD, we think. He refers to the people that he's known as little children. Now, I want you to know John the Apostle, who wrote this book of 1 John, he's been around to see it all. He's, in the 30s AD, he sees Jesus first and foremost, and he follows him, becomes an apostle, sees Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. He sees the birth of the church in the mid-30s AD. He sees the second generation of the church in the 60s AD. And now he's in the third generation. So he really is the grandpa of the church. And what does he say here? He says, listen, we know what love is. This is how we know love. Jesus gave his life for us. And that means a life of sacrifice. Why am I encouraging you this week to hear the cry? It's because that when you hear the cry, you realize that you have something that someone else could use, and you can act on it. Hear the cry and do something about it. And again, remember, underlying every cry, health-wise, mentally, emotionally, underlying every cry in this world is a spiritual cry for Jesus. But we get practical again. We get really down to the nitty-gritty when it comes to church life. Why is it so important that we have a family called church, or that we're in life groups, people we do life together, so that we can see the need and meet the need? Look what he says. If anyone has this world's goods and sees a fellow believer in need, but withholds compassion from him, how does God's love reside in him? We come close together. We're a family. And that's why I refer to the Song and Sword family sometimes when I address you on these mic talks, because family pays attention to the needs of the other family members. That's the way God designed the church. And so we get together, and when we see a fellow believer on a Sunday morning or in public or a life group or whenever Christians gather together, we see someone in need. Our job, our duty is to meet that need. And I love how he wraps this up here. Little children, let us not love in word or in speech, but in action and in truth. We're getting really close to ending this first step of destinations, where we're supposed to be, what are we supposed to be doing, where does God want us? Here's what I can tell you for sure. If you're heading in the direction of paying attention to the needs of those around you, especially to those who are in your church, people sometimes disagree with this theology, but it is New Testament, it is Old Testament, all the way through and through. First and foremost, we're supposed to take care of our family, the family of believers. So he says, if you see a fellow believer, we're not talking about people outside these walls. We're not talking about kids in Gaza. We're not talking about poor people in Ukraine. We're not talking about somebody that lives in Haiti who needs food just because we're compassionate. We're not talking about people in this town who are homeless. We're talking about the people we go to church with. Because here's the reality. If you will not take care of your family's needs, then you have no business taking care of the world's needs. And one of the things I find intriguing about this culture is that we're so concerned about the down and out, but we are not taking care of those closest to us. May Song and Sword Church be the church that changes that dynamic, that we say, we take so good care of those who are within our fellowship, those who are followers of Jesus Christ by faith. They're believers. And it starts with your own literal household. Take care of your mom and dad. Take care of your kids. Take care of your siblings. We care for each other and we meet each other's needs. And by so doing, we fulfill this reality. This is how we know love. He gave his life for us. He laid down his life for us. And so part of finding our destination is laying down our lives, sacrificing for those around us in Jesus' name. It's a good thought. I'm going to let that soak into my heart and soul as I soak in a cinnamon roll into my belly. God bless you guys. See you soon.